우리 사수 주권 수호의 근본 담보인 국방력 강화를 어떤 환경 속에서도 하여 언급했습니다. 동지들, 오늘 전술탄도 미사일 발사대들이 더더욱 겁이 찼습니다. 당 중앙의 구상과 의도를 절대 충성히 김정은 동지께서는 당과 정부, 군부의 지도 간부들, 대연합부대 지휘관들과 함께 다시금 신용 무장 장비를 하였습니다. 경애하는 김정은 동지를 모시고 거행된 신용촌
Yasharahla, Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shem Rakadash, Tabanis Apostle, Elsewhere Millstone, Peace, Citation, Hope, Full Light. And the title of this video is going to be North Korea delivers 250 nuclear-capable missile launchers to frontline units. So, this was like about 20 hours ago. It was, from the time I looked at it when I searched the article. And it was been updated since August 5th, 11 p.m. And the title of the article is North Korea marks the delivery of 250 nuclear-capable missile launchers to frontline units. So it says Seoul, Korea, AP, North Korea marked the delivery of 250 nuclear-capable missile launchers to frontline military units at a ceremony where leader Kim Jong-un called for a ceaseless expansion of his military's nuclear program to counter perceived U.S. threats, state media said Monday. Concerns about Kim's nuclear program have grown as he had demonstrated intent to deploy battlefield nuclear weapons along the North's border with South Korea and authorize his military to respond with preemptive nuclear strikes. If it perceives the leadership as under threat, North Korea's official Korean Central News Agency said the launchers were freshly produced by the county's munitions factories and designed to fire tactical ballistic missiles, a term that describes systems capable of delivering lower yield nuclear weapons. Kim said at Sunday's event in Pyongyang, the new launchers would give his frontline units overwhelming firepower over South Korea and make the operation of tactical nuclear weapons more practical and efficient. State media photos show lines of Army Green launcher trucks packing a large street with seemingly thousands of spectators attending the event, which included fireworks. North Korea has been expanding its lineup of mobile short-range weapons designed to overwhelm missile defenses in South Korea, while also pursuing intercontinental ballistic missiles designed to reach U.S. mainland. Wow. Kim's intensifying weapons tests and threats are widely seen as an attempt at pressuring the United States to accept the idea of North Korea as a nuclear power and to end U.S.-led sanctions imposed on North Korea over its nuclear program. North Korea also could seek to dial up tensions in the U.S. election year, experts say. Kim lately has used Russia's war on Ukraine as a distraction to further accelerate his weapons development and respond to the United States. South Korea and Japan have been expanding their combined military exercises and sharpening their nuclear deterrence strategies built around strategic U.S. military assets. Let me see. Lee Sung-jun, spokesperson of South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff, said during a briefing that the South Korean and U.S. militaries were closely analyzing North Korea's weapons development and further monitoring was needed to confirm the operational readiness of the missile system showcased Sunday. He didn't provide a specific assessment on whether the system could be placed. Lee said the missiles are likely to be shorter in range than some of North Korea's most powerful short-range ballistic missiles, which have demonstrated an ability to travel more than 600 kilometers (parentheses 372 miles). The North in recent months have revealed a new missile called Hwasong 11, which analysts say can travel up to 100 kilometers (62 miles). If deployed in frontline areas, the missiles would theoretically be able to cover huge swaths of South Korea's greater capital area, where about half of the country's 51 million people live. In his speech at Sunday event, Kim called for his country to brace for a prolonged confrontation with the United States and urged a relentless expansion of military strength. He justified his military buildup as a counter to the outrageous military cooperation between the United States and its regional allies, which he claimed are now showing the characteristics of a nuclear-based military bloc. Negotiations and confrontations are among our options, but we must be more thoroughly prepared to cope with the latter. This is the review and conclusion we have derived from the 30-odd years of dealing with the United States, Kim said. The United States we are now confronting is by no means an administration that remains in power for a tenure of some years, but a hostile state that our descendants too will have to counter generation after generation. This testifies the inevitability of the steady improvement of our defense capability. Kim also said the decision to hold the weapons ceremony while the country was trying to recover from disastrous flooding showed its determination to push ahead with the bolstering of defense capabilities without stop in any circumstances. The floods in late July submerged thousands of homes and huge swaths of farmland in regions near the border with China. Russia has offered flood aid to North Korea in another sign of expanded relations between the two nations. Kim has made Russia his priority in recent months as he pushes a foreign policy aimed at expanding relations with countries confronting Washington, embracing the idea of a new Cold War, and trying to display a united front in Putin's broader conflict with the West. Wow. So, with that being said, I'll bring out some scriptures, Lord will, and make this lesson edifying to the hopeful elect. And this is the future prophecy that the Lord promised in Joel chapter 3. Let me see. I'm going to start at verse 9 because I just want to get the main point. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong." So yeah, so that's basically what is going on, you know. These other nations, they are tired of America putting sanctions on their products. They're tired of the embargoes. And now what they're starting to do is form an alliance. That's why they got an economic alliance. Now they got a military alliance. And you know, at some point, all these alliances that these other nations are taking against America and the nation of Israel, which is talking about like those, you know, the 1948ers, you know, the fake Jewish, you know, the Jewish people, basically, the small hats. You know, U.S. has an alliance with them, and it's not really looking too good for the U.S. because now you have it to where, you know, brothers been bringing out like articles over the years through the Spirit about how, you know, there's a thing called in the scripture that there's a scripture that mentions about how the beast shall hate the Lord, which is NATO and the EU, and you see that pretty much splitting apart, you know. And it's pretty much becoming a bigger isolation as the years go by. And you're gonna have other EU nations as well that's gonna assist in the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is AKA America, because they're just sick and tired of the way this place is, you know, thriving off of the, you know, off of the burden of other countries, basically, off of other countries, you know, having their dollar system. And the funny thing is, it's like so much, it got to the point where American citizens were, you know, kind of living good at one point. Now you got the average citizen in America that's going through it, you know, that they're financially going through it. They're seeing that their government is turning their back on them and shit like that. So it's not really looking good for America. You have it to where a lot of people want to move out of America and move into a different country, thinking that they're going to escape Jacob's trouble, where Jacob's trouble is going to be a worldwide thing. And honestly speaking, when it's coming to this country, America, You know, out of all countries that's gonna get, you know, a form of Jacob's trouble, America's gonna have it the worst. The brothers be saying through the spirit, it's gonna be worse than a third world country. So yeah, verse 10 says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. So, you know, that's going into, of course, the other nations building their nuclear alliance against America. Basically, they're starting to have nuclear weapons that are so devastating and so powerful. The scriptures mention about how the elements shall melt with fervent heat, you know, and that's talking about how the missiles, the ICBM, which is the intercontinental ballistic missiles, is going to be so powerful that it's literally going to turn every single element on this, wherever that missile basically explodes, it's going to turn everything into, you know, into heat, basically. You know, it's going to melt all the elements around it. And verse 12, verse 11 says, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, that the heathen be awakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Right. It's going to come to a point in time where, when there's going to be like this, World War III, you know, it's going to be a lot of nations blowing their missiles against each other, shooting at each other with their missiles, and then eventually they're going to see Yasharahla coming in the midst to, you know, save his elect, and they're going to, and also Yasharahla is going to make war with the other nations as well, pretty much to conquer them, and they're going to try to fight against Yasharahla, and it's going to be, you know, basically a lose-lose situation for them. So they're going to be pretty much destroyed. And let's get down to verse 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. So yeah, and you know, that's how bad, you know, this country America is gonna be, because America is spiritually called Egypt, you know. And basically the Edomites, they live in the land of America, which is the new Egypt. So what it is like they're pretty much are considered to be our oppressors, just like how ancient Pharaoh didn't let his people, didn't let the Israelites go. That's what Esau is doing. He's pretty much now the new modern Pharaoh, and he doesn't want to let our people go. You know, everywhere you go, you gotta fucking have a passport, you gotta have a driver's license, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have all type of documents, you know, for certain jobs. It's basically like you know, in school, you know what I mean? When you have to have your school ID, you have to have your hallway pass, you know, it's like, this is slavery, basically. And Isaiah chapter 13 verse 19 says, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, the excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Right. You see, once the Most High, like, he set the date for whatever nation is meant to be destroyed, you know, he set that specific date, you know. And honestly speaking, I'll say Esau's a damn fool, because if the most you know, stupidest thing I'll say is that to keep Israel oppressed, and then it's like, which is the nation of our people, so-called Black, Spanish, Native Americans I'm talking about, in this sense, because we're a people before a place, And we actually belong to the land of Israel. That's our homeland. But, you know, Esau's a damn fool. So if you were smart, Esau, I would say that the smartest thing for you to do is that you have to basically go as far as, you know, pretty much in the sense of keeping my people happy with captivity. You know, you should at least like make our women get back in order and, you know, keep them in check, because that's what's going to prolong your kingdom and your rulership. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you want to make it hard, you know, for men in America, you want to basically, you know, do all the shit that you can to oppress our people. You know, you're so stupid, you oppressing your own people just to get to us, which is dumb, you know. But that goes to show you the characteristics of Esau. He would take out some of his own and put his own through the affliction, just to try to, you know, catch all the nation of Israel, all the Israelites, you know, just to oppress all of them. That's how willing Esau is, and to being a devil. He's a devil to his own. And, you know, do the most you can, because honestly speaking, you know, all this shit is meant to wake us up any damn way, you know, because scripture said that this land is not our rest, and that, you know, it tells you that in Micah 2nd chapter verse 10, you know. So I'm just saying, like, you could continue to be the devil you are and continue to come down your great wrath, because all you're doing, the angrier you get and the more you react, you know, to try to upset prophecy, you're actually pushing prophecy, ironically. And, you know, the smartest thing to prolong your rulership will be to make the Israelites comfortable, to make it feel like it's not captivity. You know what I'm saying? To make their life a little easier so they'll be okay with this situation they're in. But y'all so stupid, y'all don't even understand. But with that, I hope it made less edifying. I'll just end it right there. You don't want to go too much on the rant, just brought up the basic points. So, let's just say, call on your Allah, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem Kakadash, the bonus apostle, Elsgrave Millstone, peace, I teach you for elect, Shalom.